Hey, everybody. I don't know. I can't deal with this camera. I'm trying to do my best, okay? Hi, everybody. How are you? It's almost 7. It's almost 7. So, hello, everybody. I'm looking at I saw Portugal. I see all kinds of stuff here. Hello, everybody. Yes, this is Twin Flame Journey tonight that we're talking about. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different than I have been doing. And you'll see. You'll see. You'll see. Hi, everybody. Hey, from Chicago. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Hi, Brazil. Hi, Liverpool, Chicago. So awesome, you guys. Costa Rica, California. Hello, darlings. Indiana here. Hey. Hey there. Hello from Greece and New Jersey. Texas. Oh, my God. Look at you all. Hi there. Hey, everybody. All right, so my able colleague, Colleen, is on the other side. She is going to be handling. I appreciate all the help you guys give us in terms of dealing with spam and dealing with all that stuff. So my apologies up front, okay, because we're working on it. I think we have something that works. So I'm going to try to minimize that, okay? So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in at 7 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard here. And so how's everybody doing? Are you all feeling like, woo? Yesterday I wanted to go to sleep all day, and today better, a little more manic today, actually. So I want to talk to you guys about what's going on right now, all right? Because I saw a lot of the comments as we're preparing here. And what I want to talk about tonight is where we are. Okay, so I did a reading the other night. Whoops, is there a kitty underneath me? I did a reading the other night, kitty toy, about it's a pick a card reading, and it's about where are you on the twin flame journey. So I'm going to refer you guys after we do this to go check that out, because it is a personal, it's you're choosing through your own intuition which reading is for you before you ever hear me talk about it. And I feel like that's really happening for a lot of people, is the awakening, the intuition. I feel like a lot of you folks who are on my channel in particular are leadership in this twin flame journey. You guys are definitely leaders. We talk about being the lighthouse, not the storm. All last year we talked about that, right? We talked about, holding the torch for other people. And so I did pull some cards here, but first I want to talk a little bit about next week. We are moving into that full moon eclipse in Capricorn. And that is, if you think today is a little bit like, wait till next week, okay? Because it is the most powerful energetic portal of 2019, okay? It's a great manifesting portal. When we talk about full moon manifesting, boy, next week is it on a stick, okay? And 2019 is a 3-year. So I just want to show you, because we all know, that's why I called it the Empress Club, right? Empress is about twin flame. Empress is divine feminine. And 3, this is a 3-year, so that is divine feminine. So I wanted to read you just a little bit out of numerology, because I'm a freak about numerology. The number 3, let's see if I can find it quickly here, but number 3 is very important, and the tarot symbolism of the Empress, okay? This is the good tarot deck. This is about being on stage in a big way right now. This is about expression, creativity, manifesting. So as we're moving into this full moon in Capricorn, the manifesting capability of the Empress is going to multiply, right? Because in the twin flame journey, it's all about 1 + 1 = 3, right? The two twins come together, 1 + 1 = 3, and 3 is the Empress. The creative sort of force here, the manifesting, giving birth to the union, okay? And I know when I start talking about timelines and when union is going to happen, I have some information about that has been very, I don't know, it's come through in a bunch of different ways, and it's all sort of coming to a head for me today. So I want to talk to you about this. You are going to be on center stage. You need to listen to your own guidance right now and to your dreams. I appreciate listening to the channel. When things resonate for you, this is, take it and run with it, okay, for yourself. Take it and run with it. Meditate on it. Really bring it into your Empress nature and for yourself, right? Because everybody on here has a bit of a different journey, a bit of a different timeline. And so what we're doing right now, as we go through this super powerful manifesting time, I don't know, for some of you who watch the channel a lot, I have been talking a lot about Leo. And if you've watched the readings, not just in the fire readings, but I've been talking a lot about Leo time period. And after this Capricorn full moon next week, we move into Leo, okay? And this is about power, okay? This is about being on, you know, sort of your throne, right? Because the lion is the king of the jungle. And as this energy happens next week, going through that energetic portal of really manifesting, you really can be in this powerful leadership position with the twin, okay? So right now is this manifesting time, and, you know, I am working on bringing to birthing something about a program about helping you be on your life path, be in your mission, navigate what's going on. Because as a lot of us know, or as we're talking about, being in union is really where the work begins, okay? So this mentoring and guidance program, you know, it's awesome to like sit on the beach in July up here in New England and all this kind of stuff. But Colleen and I have definitely had a lot of conversations about what is this next step here? This feels to me like the next step, which is how to sort of midwife, right, divine feminines through this process as we're going for the next year, okay? So the timelines that have sort of been shared with me through the readings I've done, through the research I've done, the first wave really begins in this Leo time period, okay? This is about, you know, blasting through the unhealthy relationship patterns that have held on to you, and codependent things and counterintuitive things that make you feel like, oh no, I can't let go of this person, but I have to let go of this person. And so being in that strength, power, Leo, Empress place is really how that first wave of twin flames will manifest. Like I said, go back to that reading earlier this week. I think it was it just yesterday? Tuesday? Maybe it was Tuesday that I did it. And it's called, Where Are You on Your Twin Flame Journey? Okay, there's 3 portals in there, 3 different readings, and you choose based on your own intuition, so you'll know. The second wave, so that goes from like July through September, even into October. The second wave of this is folks who are going through some different kind of stuff. It's a Scorpio time frame, October through March. It really is about the full-on transformation. The third wave is March through next Leo, you know, so Aries through Leo, right? So I will continue to refer to those because they're not hard and fast dates. And as you know, everybody's sort of on their own timeline. But that reading I did the other day is really showing you like big indicators of which path you're on here. And if you're fully awakening, if you're letting go of old patterns, letting go of old people, you're in this powerful manifesting time. You are, you know, sort of purging people, purging stuff. You're wanting to clean out your house. You're wanting to get rid of stuff. You're wanting to start an exercise program. Or you're really wanting to renovate and revamp and take this energy. At the same time, I don't know, for some of you who watched that reading I did about Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore, right? This is, you know, this is a little bit of a confusing time because you're like, hey, I'm leading the charge here. I'm holding my torch. I'm doing this. And am I out here by myself? Okay. So that's why we have the Empress Club. If anybody's on here doesn't know what that is, there's a link below to join. It's just a Facebook group. And it's a great community of people who sort of all ask questions and like, where, what, why is this happening? So, you know, I think I saw somebody put up there about, you know, this kind of energy. Is anybody else feeling this? Is anybody else feeling that? That's what the Empress Club is great at, okay? It's a feeling of being dreamy, of being a little bit disconnected right now as you're moving into this. So it's really hard to be on your game and in that Empressy sort of manifesting time when it's like this time period of, Dorothy, as they're, romping, they're almost in Oz. They're almost there. They're almost there. They're running through the poppy fields. They're running through the poppy fields and they fall asleep. Right? They want to sleep. They want to nap and just sit on the beach. And, but we got to go. That's where we're going, right? So there's a little bit about that. And the masculine at this point, as you no doubt know, the masculine is coming up as the Hermit right now, particularly for the first wave. They are really going through some heavy stuff. They are resisting in a big way. And you guys, the divine feminines on here, I'm sure there's a lot of divine masculines. And again, it's not about gender. It's just about being in that energy. That's why you're here, or that's why you found this. Because as a friend of mine says, you cannot perceive of that which you do not know, okay? You couldn't even fathom something. Like if you went and sat in at an MIT class, well, this is just me, okay? If I went and sat in an MIT advanced class about math, it would be gibberish to me, right? Because it's not on my path. So you guys are here because this is on your path. So if you're wondering if you're in the right place, even though you're feeling that like I'm asleep in the poppy fields place, you are, because none of this would make any sense to you. And if it's not making sense to you, but you feel in your deep knowing that there is something here, there is something about this for me. I may not understand it. I may not get it. I may not have all these, you look a lot around YouTube, you see a lot of signs and symbols and stuff like that, and things of that nature. And you may not fit it all because you're definitely in your own timeline. That's why the timeline's here. Like I said, first wave, July through October, second wave, October through March, third wave, March through next summer. You're definitely on your own path. And we are going to talk on the channel more about manifesting that. And some of it, sometimes when I do readings and there's a message of, hey, you got to do some work here. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't like that. It's not really the twin people who are like that, but sometimes you can see that. And it's like, well, they're just not ready, right? They're just not ready yet. So peace out. So this is really about you being in leadership, okay? Because this union, union with yourself, right, is the first thing. So that's what needs to be looked at right now. So if you're going through this time period, being in this space of, feeling like you need to do something different, like, hey, I'm going to stop eating red meat, or I'm going to stop drinking so much wine. Wine on Saturday night, awesome, but I'm not doing it in the summer during the week, or anytime during the week. I'm changing maybe to a plant-based diet, a vegan diet. I'm getting rid of cigarettes. I'm getting rid of, hard alcohol or anything that has like really kept me asleep. Okay, because a lot of people use all of those things. It can be anything. Okay, it can be anything. It can be, solitaire on your computer that just lulls you into this sleep, right? It can be watching mindless television. It can be, scrolling on Pinterest forever. It can be anything, and all of those things are fun. Don't get me wrong. I like all of those things. But right now we're in this space of like, don't fall asleep in the poppy field. Don't fall asleep, okay? Because it's time to really take action. And I feel those of you who are in this roller coaster of energies, feeling it right now, really getting shoved, okay? To be like, wow, it would be really fun to go to the beach today, but damn, it sure feels like I need to get working on that program I'm doing, or something like that. But this is, a time next week. We went through that Cancer new moon. That was really powerful. And we're really leading up. This really is escalating. The energies are really escalating. So if you're feeling them, you're not alone. Just wanted to say that to you, okay? Being pulled to create things, declutter, purge, whatever you're doing is really important. And so right before we went on, I did pull a card here, and it was answering the call. And I was like, yeah, damn, no kidding. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about these later, but this is the little reading I pulled. And you're going to be freaked out when you see this, because I was. Empress and the Hermit. In this deck, this is Judgment. It's called the Call. Okay. This is about the twin flame soulmate reunion. Judgment in the Tower, okay. Judgment in the tarot is about reconciliation, reunification, any kind of because we are in massive retrogrades right now, with Mercury in retrograde, Jupiter is still in retrograde. I feel like, I'm not sure if Neptune's still in retrograde, but I know Pluto is still in retrograde. We're just in this crazy retrograde time. And so this time period is the moment, all right, over the next, between mid-July here, that Capricorn full moon in eclipse, lunar eclipse, and November is really going to be super powerful. And what this is showing me here, I'm just going to say this to you because I did get the Queen of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Page of Swords. So any kind of third party stuff is going to come to light. Okay, third party stuff is going to come to light. So part of manifesting the twin flame energy, the masculine, because the masculine is still really heavy into the 3D, really doesn't get it, really doesn't want to deal with this, really doesn't believe, hey, I've been doing this kind of work, my job, all this kind of stuff for my whole life. How come all of a sudden I get canned? Or how come all of a sudden I can't make money doing this anymore? They're really going through a lot of 3D issues. And my darlings, you are the moon and the Nine of Pentacles. You are, and as I've said this multiple times in readings, you are the stability for this twin. This twin is going to get knocked around if they haven't already. And then this truth can then they'll listen. Okay. It's like, I don't know how many of you have actually talked about this with your twin. Some of you have, some of you haven't. And it can be a really difficult thing to do, especially when they're very tied to a 3D thing. A lot of times the masculine twin is just going to be like, okay, whatever, like it's going to be like that. But the shift in their work, the shift in what keeps them stable or what's going to make them stable or allow them to be stable is going to open them up to conversations about like, what the hell is going on right now? I feel like I can't, somebody's going to get canned from a job that they've had for a really long time. Or they're going to find that their business is being disrupted. Okay, they started their own business and now it's being disrupted, right? They are, they thought this would be a perfect thing to do, and yet it's not really pulling anything. Because part of the shift in this whole twin flame, forget about the relationship right now, but part of this shift is now moving away from lower vibration kinds of work. Anything that has really lower vibration to it, we're going to move into a higher vibration kind of work. So for those people who are toiling away as empaths for years, okay, as tarot, as Reiki workers, as any kind of empaths, any kind of energetic work, any kind of that is going to shift into a place of stability and abundance because it is supported by the energies moving in higher ascension. Stuff that is lower vibration, and most definitely, like, it's not just like, oh, we're going to get rid of this, but you can see in the business world, in, everywhere, industries are getting disrupted. Disruption is the order of the day. And this has been happening. I started paying attention to it, with the iPod and with the music industry getting disrupted in the 90s, okay? That you're like, oh, wow, technology is here to disrupt everything. It's here to have us see that we're all connected, that we can connect to people across the globe. The globe gets much smaller. And so this is not about putting a judgment necessarily on whether social media is good or bad, okay? It's not about putting a judgment on whether this kind of work is good or bad. It's really about being in your life path. What are you here to do? And that's the kind of work that I'm going to end up moving toward, starting with this summer, about mentoring and guidance work, which is going to be more one-to-one or small group or whatever, but moving people on their path, okay? Because the old kind of work, it may lose its luster for you. You may just like not give a shit about it anymore. That's what happened with me. Like I was doing work, I used to work in media. I was doing something as part of an agency, booking guests on CNN, Fox, and stuff like that. And I just stopped caring about it. And so it went away, right? Because I just knew it wasn't on my path anymore. I couldn't have told you that 2 summers ago before I started this channel. I could not have communicated that to you. So what's interesting about this is we're seeing here answering the call. This is a very powerful card, answering the call here. And the truth, people's truth, Ace of Swords. It's going to cut away a lot of stuff that isn't viable or isn't working. And Moon, we're going to move into this place of 9 of Pentacles, Moon, which is very feminine energy here. This is really about going deep and understanding what really drives you, what brings you independence, what brings you happiness and joy. And so it's not about like, oh, well, I have this skill I can trade for money. It's really not about that anymore. It's going to be about what is my mission? What is my calling? Okay? More that, it's no longer a sort of a, I'm dabbling in tarot, I'm dabbling in Reiki, I'm dabbling, not to say that you are, but there's a lot of people out there who are like, well, but I have, I have my job and then I have this on the side. It's going to be a shift in energy to like, okay, well, my job that I have is going to be the thing that brings in money for a while. But the real shift in energy is into joy and the service that you're bringing in as a twin flame into your work and mission. That is going to shift necessarily the pentacles in that direction. That will bring abundance because there's happiness and joy here. That is now being rewarded by this higher ascension vibration. Okay, that's kind of amazing. So you've got these couple things here, the next couple cards, and I'm going to pull some oracle card. I don't know, this is kind of free form, so I hope you like it. But navigating by the stars, ascending the mountain. There's no map here, gals, guys. There's no map. There's no roadmap. The roadmap is the energies. And so that's why it's being rewarded. That's why that kind of empathic work is being rewarded. Okay, so that's kind of amazing. Passion and pleasure. Passion and pleasure. And I've gone through this myself. So I've had started a couple businesses. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, despite the fact that I worked for corporate media and corporate agency. I was always thinking of ideas, always writing books, always thinking of things. And now that passion and pleasure is finding the other side of that, finding the people who need it. That's why the internet is so fabulous, because it allows people for very low cost to enter and do their life's work, okay, and find their tribe, right? Maybe it's to start a YouTube channel. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just a tool, right, to get somewhere else. But I will say to you that this is about answering the call, and it is founded on passion and pleasure. You're going to be navigating by the stars. That's why the community here, and I believe the Empress Club is so critical to that. If you want to join that, I totally welcome you. You're going to have to answer 3 questions to get in. Colleen will yell at me if I don't say that. You have to answer 3 questions to get in, and really we're not trying to keep anybody out. We're just trying to figure out where you are on your journey so that we can provide and curate content that's going to be helpful, okay? So I want to pull a couple cards here. I'm just going to close this out. This is only going to be 30 minutes tonight. Well, maybe we'll go a little longer. So we'll see. We'll go as long as the reading takes us, okay? So I'm going to pull a couple cards in this oracle deck, okay? All that glitters, not for you. Come to the edge, mending. Wow. So it's interesting to me that this is just about what we were talking about. So all that glitters, not for you, and come to the edge. This is about something that was done for money, that was, like you're doing something that's just for money. I'm not saying you're going to get canned next week, okay? So don't freak out. This is a conscious ascension process, okay? So this is part of the process. is that you're seeing something, you're being like, oh, wow, that's not really connected to my mission. Okay. So this is about coming to the edge a little bit. And I feel like the divine masculines or the divine partners who are not awake right now or who are resisting are the ones that are going to be caught up by surprise by the shift, by this ascension shift that we are going through in the next few months. That, oh, wow, all of a sudden this piece, this stuff that I'm doing to make money isn't really drawing like it used to, or it's not about that. It's about my passion. Or they could just be naturally drawn, okay? Naturally drawn to some other kind of work, some other kind of stuff that they're doing. They could be doing it on the side. It doesn't mean that, everybody's going to, up and quit their job, okay? It just means, and don't do that, okay? It means that pay attention to your natural inclinations. Let's talk about your mission, because for a long time now, for a year and a half, we've been talking about ascension and energies and relationship and getting rid of unhealthy relationship patterns. This also now is seeping into unhealthy patterns of life, food, and earning money in ways that isn't your mission. That way of earning money could still exist, but it might not be for you on your ascension path. Okay, so coming to the edge and being like, oh my God, this job or this stuff that I've done in the past, I've always known that I wanted to do Reiki. I've always known that I was an empath. I've always known that I could channel. I've always known. Okay. When have you said that to yourself? Because that's happening now. That's part of twin flame union, is beginning to open to. That's why I've been putting flowers on the daily readings. It's like opening up. We're in full bloom now, in the middle of summer, right? We're opening up to all of these energies, and there's going to be some mending needed. There's going to be some really, looking hard at what am I doing? And in the water reading today, even if you're not a water sign, I thought this was a very important message, that what you're told as a child about how either you are or aren't able to make money, you are or aren't abundant, you are, this way. How, have people told you when you were a little kid, you're this way? I was always told, some of it could be right. Some of it could be just keeping you in a box, right? I was always told that I'm sort of the entertainer, right? You're just any kind of party my parents would have. Mary Jo's out there entertaining in some form or fashion, talking to all the grown-ups, asking a lot of questions, right? So there's seeds in here of the things that I would eventually do, only like a tick or two off, right? Being in television, I wasn't even on TV. I was just behind the scenes, just a tick or two off of what was my mission. This was my mission, right? And so I was coming to the edge of this because I never thought reading tarot on YouTube would be a part of a mission. It's part of the mission. It's part of the mission. So coming to the edge, and I feel like to some people, I'm like coming out of the closet. Like, yes, actually, I read tarot, and they know me in a very different way. And I gotta say, everybody has been super amazing. I have yet to run across anyone in my life. People could have gone away, and I don't even know. You know what I mean? People could have left my Facebook page or whatever. They just don't. I don't even know, and I don't care. Like, go. I'm all good. But I did have the experience when I was up in Maine a couple weeks ago. You knew I was up there, and I was meeting a couple of people and stuff like that. And I knew that they might not be down with it. First of all, they didn't even know me, but they asked me what I was doing on YouTube, and I told them tarot. And this one gentleman physically moved away from me. I watched it, and I was like, oh, wow, right? You guys know, right? It's not for everybody. Your calling, your life, your path is yours, okay? And when people do that, you're just like, yeah, oh, well. So I want to also show you this other reading that I did after I did this piece here about the calling, not for you, come to the edge. And we'll pull some more cards here as we go, but because it's super fun. This was about the divine masculine. And I got the King of Cups here with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords around him, or her, right? Whatever gender, it's the masculine energy. The Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. This is about other people with their opinions, and Five of Swords feeling a little bit like people taking advantage of them, or feeling a little bit like, someone is trying to. Okay, so they could be in a situation where how they're earning their money or how they're earning their livelihood is they're being sucked dry by that. Okay, it could be other people, because I do see, I also have other people here, King of Wands and Queen of Cups, that are in kind of a supporting role here, right? King of Cups, Queen of Cups. There's the twin energy there, and there's also the passion here, King of Wands. I don't feel like this is three people. I feel like for most of you, I feel like this is about passion, about moving toward passion in a very strong way and out of a thing that has kept them stuck. For some of you, this could be about them moving away from a situation that has kept them stuck because somebody needed to suck energy from them in the form of money or something like that. So that is coming to an end. You'll be happy to know that. When they kick up a fuss, Seven of Wands, sorry, the glare here, Seven of Wands, when they finally get it, when they finally are like, wait a second, excuse me, and they feel this, maybe it had been something that they thought was supposed to be like that. They just thought this other person was supposed to suck energy from them, or they thought that this job was, because they watched their father or mother go to work and just have the energy sucked out of them. So they're waking up in the sense that they're like, wait a minute, I'm resisting this now. Okay. The passion and the joy of work is part of where we're going. And I know, like, in the last 20 years of my life, anytime I start talking about passion and joy, people go, oh God, that's such a, there's such a creative, you don't know how business works and all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, that's not true. Okay. But I am telling you that there is this feeling in this partner, in this divine masculine partner, of it's no longer normal to get sucked dry. Okay. It's no longer normal. So they're in this Two of Pentacles spot. That's what the Hermit is here. They're in this quiet space. If you feel like there's a quiet, there's a calm, you're right. Okay. There's this quiet space of Hermit, Two of Pentacles, where they're giving more weight to the idea that, hey, wait a second, maybe that's not supposed to be like that. Okay. Some of them could be resisting so hard and staying in that Two of Pentacles place of, I'm staying in my resistance. I'm staying in my resistance. I'm staying in my resistance. But it is coming to an end. The World. Okay. It's this card and the Moon card are so beautiful in this deck. And I feel like when I saw this, I thought it was the Moon card. Okay. Did I pull the Moon card here? I might have. Yes. These are my two favorite cards in this deck. I hope you can see that. And they look very similar, don't they? And this is about really going deep into their own energies, about what is passionate for them. And I feel like this is the twin energy here, passion and love, not solely a spiritual connection. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but also the physicality of being in the earth and being in the world, being in the world. Is it being in the world, not of the world? Something like that. And 10 of Cups at the end here. Like really fully, I love the Laughing Buddha in this card too. This is one of my favorite cards. This is the first card here was the Empress. The last card was the 10 of Cups. These are my two twin flame cards. So they are likely to find and release a lot of their resistance, their stress, when they are rewarded in some meaningful way by the world for following passion, following their mission on this planet. And I do feel like when I talk about the waves here, okay, first wave, July through September, I do feel like those twins, those masculines who have resisted most, some of them are going to have more tower moments. They're going to have more death moments. It's like, do you want it hard? Do you want it easy? Right? We're back to that. But I do feel like there is going to be quite a lot of reaching out by those masculines you know, sort of this like this awareness of like, wow, look at you, look at what you're doing. How come I'm having so much trouble? Okay, there's going to be this pull. There's going to be that, and the pull back together. Leo time period. Leo time period. Just think about that lion. Okay, think about the lion being in the power. The lion doesn't have to do anything. It's quiet. Okay, it's quiet. So as we go through this next time period of the Capricorn full moon, and you're manifesting, and you are in your creative juices, and you're really flowing, and you're really doing beautiful things, I do feel like that twin is watching on some meaningful way, either energetically or watching on your social media or something like that. That's another reason for the social media to be so robust at this stage. It may get to a place where we're not even really going to a phone. It's part of us, and we're just thinking, and people are seeing, and we're manifesting. So things are going to move faster. All right. So just, I wanted to do this live tonight because I wanted to talk about these waves of union and how that's going to be working and what that is going to look like and what that's about. It's a lot about mission. Okay. So for some of you, you know, we talk about what's blocking my twin flame mission, what's blocking my twin flame union. And part of it is not enough attention to mission. Okay. I'm going to do another pick a card reading next week about what's blocking my twin flame union. Colleen is in the Empress Club, is going to be asking all y'all who are in there, what questions do you want me to answer? If you go and check out that reading that I just did, the pick a card one about where are you on your twin flame journey, I feel like you're going to get more information than what even I've been able to deliver tonight. So thank you for watching this. I know this was very different than what I normally do. More of a hearkening back to early days of the channel, and some of you are going to feel like you're coming to the edge, okay? But I'm sure a lot of you already know this call, you know, ascending the mountain, answering the call. That's what's happening right now. So thank you guys for watching tonight. This was a joy, and really powerful today as I prepared for this. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the channel. I'm gonna have to go around here to wee end stream. There we go. End.